Good morning friends. Welcome to Parnika Tutorials YouTube channel. In this video, I will discuss what is a parser, what is the purpose of it. Then I will discuss what is a top-down parser. Then I will discuss what is a bottom-up parser. Then again top-down parser is broadly classified into recursive descent parser, non-recursive descent parser or predictive parser or LL1 parser. Then bottom-up parsers are classified into two types. One is LR parsers and operator precedence parser. LR parser again classified into four types such as LR0, SLR1, LALR1 and CLR1. See, all this classification I am discussing as a sentence, but for better understanding I have drawn the entire diagram. If you look at it, parser is broadly classified into two types: top-down parser, bottom-up parser. Top-down parser is again classified into recursive descent parser and LL1. LL1 can be even called as non-recursive descent parser or predictive parser. Bottom-up parsers is again classified into two types as LR parser and operator precedent parser. LR parsers are again classified into four types. One is LR0, SLR1, LALR1 and CLR1. First, let me discuss what is a parser and what is its purpose. What is the parser is that it reads the input string and also the grammar. Now, first thing it will check from the given grammar whether can I derive the given string or not, because whatever the grammar you have taken and whatever the string you have taken, from this grammar can you generate the string or not. If we can generate, what is the parse tree? Am I right or wrong? Okay, so the parser purpose is that it will read the input string and also the grammar and generates the parse tree. Okay, so I hope you have understood the purpose of the parser. It can be a parse tree or syntax tree. Okay, now we will discuss what is a top-down parser. Then I will discuss what is a bottom-up parser. To make you understand what is a top-down parser, let me discuss with an example. I have taken a grammar as S determines ABC. Okay, A determines small a, B determines B, C determines small c. Okay, I want to generate a string called ABC. This is the string I want to generate from this grammar. Now, first thing we need to check, can we generate the given string from the grammar or not? If we can generate, what is the parser? If it is a top-down parser, we will start from the start symbol. Here the start symbol is S. Am I right? I think everyone know how to identify the start symbol and how to identify the non-terminals and terminals. Am I right? So we will start from the start symbol and we will generate or derive what it can derive, because the start symbol is a non-terminal. So non-terminal will derive something. So here it is deriving ABC. Now from A is again a non-terminal, it will derive a small a. And B is a non-terminal, it will derive small b. And C is a non-terminal, it will derive the small c. So if you know the yielding of a parse tree, how the parse tree will be yielded? From root node, it will go to the left to right. Whenever it gets a terminals, it will write A, B, C. So this is the string you want to generate and you have generated using this parse tree. And this parsing we will call it as a top-down parser. Why? We have started from a start symbol and we have ended with a terminal. So this process we will call it as a top-down parser. Now top-down parser is equivalent to leftmost derivation. To prove it, I will discuss the same example with the leftmost derivation. Now you check it. How I will do the leftmost derivation? Again I will start from the start symbol. Yes, I will write ABC. Okay. Then I will read this one from the left side. So it is capital A, which is what? A non-terminal. If it is a non-terminal, you look at the grammar and what it is deriving. It is deriving a small a. You will write as it is this one. And again you will read from the left hand side Once you get a terminal, you will write it. Once you get a non-terminal, what is the production it is doing? Small b. Then A, B, small c. This is small c. Are you able to understand it or not? So, this is the leftmost derivation. If you look at it, the top-down parser is equivalent to leftmost derivation. Why? Here also in the leftmost derivation, we have started from the start symbol and we went up to the terminal. So, and even we have gone from the left to right. Even in the top-down parser also, if you look at it, first I have derived from S, then A, B, C, then from A I have derived small a. So, it is leftmost derivation. So, I can say the top-down parser is equal to leftmost derivation, or top-down parser will do the leftmost derivation. Is it clear? Now, let me discuss about the bottom-up parser. The name itself is saying that bottom to up parser you have to do. What is the bottom up? What is the string you want to generate? You will take it A, B, C. Now you will read from the right hand side. C, from C, what is the reduction you can do? C is what is a terminal. From the terminal, what is the reduction you can do? Capital C, you write it. Then from small b, what is the reduction you can do? You can do B. From small a, which is a terminal, what is the reduction you can do? You can do the capital A. Now C, B, A, what is the reduction you can do? You can go for the start symbol. So, this is the way the bottom-up parser will work. So, we went from the terminals to the start symbol. So, that's why it is called as bottom-up parser. Now, this is equivalent to what? We will check it. This one is equivalent to reverse of rightmost derivation. Why it is called as reverse of rightmost derivation, I will discuss with a example. Okay. Now, if you look at the string I want to generate is ABC. If it is a rightmost derivation, what I will do? In the leftmost derivation or in the rightmost derivation, always I should start from the start symbol. The start symbol is S. From that one, we have derived a string called ABC. Now, if it is a rightmost derivation, you have to read from the right hand side. Right hand side, you got a non-terminal. Then you look at the grammar and what is the production you are getting? You are getting the small c. You write this one as it is. Okay. Then small c is a terminal, you keep it. Then capital B is a non-terminal. You will find the equivalent terminal from the grammar. Then you will write this one. Then this is equivalent to ABC. So this is the rightmost derivation. Now, if you look at it, bottom-up parser also done the rightmost. Am I right? But what it has done? It has done in the reverse, because bottom-up parser started from the terminals and then gone for the start symbol, whereas rightmost derivation started from the start symbol and went. So, I can say that bottom-up parsers will follow the reverse of rightmost derivation. You please note down these two important points. Anytime in university exams or any interview, if you say that I know the compiler design, they may ask this question. Okay. Now let me discuss how the top-down parsers are classified into two types. They are recursive descent parser, and this is non-recursive descent parser, or predictive parser, or LL1 parser. What is meant by LL1 parser? LL1 is we are reading the first L represents that you are reading the input from left to right. This first L represents that you are reading the input from left to right. And the second L represents you are doing the leftmost derivation. And 1 represents that how many inputs you are reading at a time. Okay, how many input symbols you are looking. Then in the next video, I will discuss what is a recursive descent parser, and then I will discuss with few examples. Then we will go for the LL1 parser with few examples. Then we will go for the LR parser. Here LR parser is what it is? It is left to right, okay, parser. And this is simple LR, simple left to right parser. And this is look ahead LR parser. This is canonical LR parser. All these things I will discuss. And why I have written this order is, this is least powerful as compared to this one. This is least powerful as compared to this one. This is high powerful. So what I want to say is that CLR is the most powerful as compared to all these parsers, and the less powerful is LR0. Is it clear? Are you able to understand it or not? So CLR is the most powerful and LR0 is the least powerful among these four parts. What is meant by powerful? I will discuss in the coming videos. Don't worry. Meaning is that coming to the operator precedence, I will discuss about the powerful in the coming video. When I was discussing about the LR0, SLR1, then slowly you will only understand. Now I don't want to confuse you. Now let me discuss the operator precedence parser. This parser is only the parser among all these parsers will allow the ambiguous grammar, and the rest of the parsers will not allow the ambiguous grammar. So that's why we have converted the ambiguous grammar to equivalent unambiguous grammar. So in the coming videos, I will discuss about each parser in detail. Okay, so I request everyone to watch my further videos for better understanding about the each parsing algorithm. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day. If you still have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts in less than 24 hours.